Hey guys, Richard here and welcome to video 1 of module 4. And in this video I will be teaching you guys about the right products to sell on Google. So for a product to sell well on Google, it needs to meet three main requirements. The first one being that it needs to be a hot product. It needs to be trending. Don't worry, we'll go over this a little bit more now when we go over the shoulder. The second requirement is that it needs to be competitive in price. And I put here that is usually lower than Facebook because on Facebook when you're advertising you're doing mostly for impulse buys. It's the same with Instagram, Twitter, and also other social media platforms. But for Google, people know what they want already, so they search exactly what they want, and all your competitors are displayed right next to you. So they see all the prices laid out right in front of them. So this is why it needs to be very competitive in price. And usually the more competitive you are, the better it is. But we'll go over some examples now. And the last requirement that it needs is volume. So Google is all based off of volume. So the more people who are searching for your product, the more people that'll buy your product, obviously. Okay guys, I'm bringing you into my screen now to show you using a product as an example to teach you about the three main requirements. So the first requirement was that it needs to be a hot trending product. So the way that we're going to do this is by going to Google Trends, which you can just type trends into Google and it'll be one of the first ones to pop up here. And as an example, we can use, let's use a fidget, no, let's use a fidget cube as an example. And so this graph right here is basically going to tell you whether the product is trending or not. So as we can see here, right now, this product is not trending at all. But this is actually a really good example because it shows you how it was uptrending at a certain point here. So from April 30th through May 6th of 2017, it was at its peak. So this product, for example, would have been great to sell on Google if you would have started somewhere around December where the interest was still around the 20s, 28. As soon as you see interest spiking like this, that's a great sign to start selling a product. So you see if you would have started selling this like in February 19th when the interest was around 35 and then you would have kept selling it, here's where you would have made the most money probably from April here through May, which is when the interest started peaking. And basically, I mean, the way that they get this interest is they just get the search volume. So it's just basically, this is basically search volume. So around here, not that many people were searching for it. And as we got closer to May, to April and May, more and more people started searching for it. And this tool is really awesome because it even gives you countries where you can advertise to and possibly scale to. So if you started in the United States, just by using this tool, you already know that you can use the United Kingdom as well. You can go to Australia, New Zealand, the Philippines, which this one's cool. I would have never thought about selling this in the Philippines, but I mean, it has a really good interest over time of 76. Canada, Denmark, all those countries. So that's how you would find out if a product is hot or trending. Next, we would find out the price. So the price of the product. So the price of the product is really simple to find out. I mean, you would just go to Google and do a Google search of your product. So we would put fidget, we have it here, fidget cube, and you would just compare. So the most important thing about Google is that your product should be one of the first three displayed. And that's because on mobile, the first three displayed are usually the ones that you see without having to scroll to the right. So they're usually the ones that get the most sales. So as we can see here, this is actually a really competitive product right now, which is probably why it's downtrending already. We do have a 9.99 up there. It's by Amazon, but then we have these two by Walmart, which I think it would make it probably impossible to sell. So let's see. So the way that you would check this is you would just go and get your prices from either AliExpress, Alibaba, whatever you're using to source your product. So we'll go here, we'll type in fidget cube. Let's see how much they're selling it for. So they're selling it for 210. I see 169, 136. So I mean, you have a little bit of room, but to be honest, you're probably not going to be able to compete with these prices. You would probably have to sell more around $9.99, which I mean, Walmart would just beat you out. So I mean, if it were up to price, I would say that this product doesn't meet the requirement anymore because it's way too competitive. And the last requirement to have is volume. So how do we see how many people are searching for this? So the way to do it is that you go into your Google AdWords account, you go into your tools, and you go into a tool called the Keyword Planner. And this is the old view of AdWords, which is still the one that I use, but we'll just go into the Keyword Planner. Then you go into Get Search Volume, Data, and Trends. So here, you just type in your product. So we're doing the fidget cube. And by default, this will be, I think it will be something like worldwide where it won't have that selected, right? So it'll be all locations, but what you want to do is come in here and put United States because we're only selling to US right now. You click save and we get search volume. And this will basically give you the search volume. And I mean the average monthly search volume for this is 100K through 1 mil, which this is actually really good. This has a really high search volume. As we can see here, it also has high competition and the suggested bid is 32 cents. I wouldn't pay too much attention to these. We found that they're not really too accurate. The competition one, at least for the fidget cube, this one is probably accurate, as we saw in the price analysis that we did here, how competitive these prices are already. But as far as the suggested bid, this has been off for us by as much as $2. So I mean, don't ever go by this. And that's pretty much it for this video. That wraps it up. Those were the three main requirements that your product needs to be able to sell on Google. And I'll see you in the next vid.